Rio Ngumoha needs to get more minutes for Liverpool Football Club. It is that simple. The moment he came off the bench, it felt like finally we were going to create something. Finally, we had some intent in our attack, which for the 75 minutes prior, it felt like we really weren't in the game, especially on the attacking side of things. I thought we defended well, but bro, I got some stats for you guys. So Rio Ngumoha completed more dribbles, attempted more dribbles, and created as many chances as both Salah and Gakpo combined. He only played 20 minutes and played on both wings. And now this is what Slot said on Rio post-match. He said, quote, he already plays a big part for a 17-year-old. Tell me wherever in the Premier League a player has had so many minutes. That tells you what kind of talent he is and how much we appreciate him. Now, Slot, I like that you acknowledge this, but still, I think everybody also still thinks he should be getting more minutes, especially considering how out of form Gakpo and Salah are. It's wild to see that, to think that just a few years ago we had absolutely world-class wingers in Sadio Mane and Salah on the wings. And now look at the state of our wingers. It's just crazy. Like, with all due respect to Salah, for example, obviously he's, top two best Premier League players of all time. But today, like, he really was not good at all. And then he had that smirk, that smile coming off. I don't know why, because he should acknowledge that he didn't play well at all. And then Gakpo as well, you really didn't feel like he was going to make something happen, And that's why, like, the moment Rio came on, I mean, Chiesa was, I thought had less impact, but Rio especially, that cross that led, for example, for the first Maka goal, which got taken away, with the VAR, but you just felt like something was going to happen, and this isn't the first time we're saying that. Like, it feels like every time he's playing, you get up when he's on the ball and you're like, ooh, something might happen here. You know what I mean? So I don't care about the age thing. If you're good enough, if you're old enough, I think it was Aldridge that said that recently. And Sturridge, by the way, after the game too, said, quote, every time I watch Rio Ngumoha, he looks electric, direct, fearless, always trying to affect the game. He deserves more minutes. Simple as that. Simple as that. It really is, So now it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next Premier League game. I still think probably Slot's going to pick the same team. But bro, it's frustrating watching those, our two wingers at the moment, because it just feels like it's too easy for the fullbacks of the opposition teams to deal with them in 1v1 situations, So, like, you often feel as if, you get the ball to Gakpo or you get the ball to Salah right now, and you're like, is something really going to happen? It's hard to believe given just what you're seeing time and time again, whereas, again, that fearlessness that Rio brings and the pace and the energy and desire that a 17-year-old would bring, at least is something different. You know what I mean? And I do think right now, imagine you're the opposition fullback and you're thinking about coming up against a Cody Gakpo or a Rio. I think you're probably thinking it's harder being up against a Rio right now because he is a lot more unpredictable. You know what I mean? So I do hope that he gets more minutes. I understand you have to be careful with youngsters and not overplay them, but this is not about overplaying. I mean, we're not asking him to start every single game. We're asking him just to play more. You know what I mean? And today it worked out in the end that we got that stoppage time winner, but on other days we might not. And when you look at the top four race, like, we need to be picking up those wins, and we can't risk anything. You know what I mean? But still, at the end of the day, even though none of us can hide from the fact that was a really, really bad performance from us, I still thought the one positive I'll definitely take, apart from obviously the 3 points, is that I do think we defended really well. Especially Virgil and Ibu, that center back partnership, they were so solid. They were so dominant aerially, and we were saying how much earlier in the season we were struggling to defend set pieces. I felt calm, and Forest are good on set pieces. I felt calm, as if, like, just when they had corners and stuff, I wasn't worried at all. And that's because in recent times we've improved drastically defending set pieces. And that's a significant difference when you compare that to when we were going on that terrible run. You know what I mean? So that definitely we have to take as a major positive. You know what I mean? The fact that we have really improved drastically in that department. But again, on the attacking side of things in our midfield, so much work is needed. And it's just crazy because we spent so much money in the summer, and it feels like we're going to need to buy new midfielders in the summer and 2 new wingers by the looks of it. You know what I mean? Which is just, it's kind of crazy when you think about it because, yeah, again, we spent so much in the summer and it looks like we need to change up a lot of things within this team, but I guess that's just the reality. You know what I mean? It's the reality, but it's going to be difficult because then it means we're going to need even more transition time because it's even new personnel coming in. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Rio, what you think about our winger situation, our attack. Even Hugo Ekitike in recent times hasn't quite looked himself, and I think that might just be from playing too much this season. Because when you look at the last 5 seasons that he's played, he has never really played this amount of minutes. Last season he got a decent amount of minutes with Frankfurt, but otherwise prior, maybe this is just him being run down a little bit too much. And we're starting to see the effects of that because no one can doubt his quality when you've seen what he has been able to do this season. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let's hope he gets back in form. Now, actually, we're going to get a decent amount of time to rest till our next game. I was just checking, and it's not till next Saturday that we play West Ham at home, which, again, is not going to be an easy game because West Ham are fighting for their lives in the relegation zone. But we do get 6 days to prepare now, right? Because we're Sunday and that's going to be on Saturday. It's going to be next Saturday. We play at Anfield. We're back at Anfield. But yeah, I wonder. Hopefully Ekitike can get back in form. And definitely our wingers need to do something to become less predictable. Because right now, like I said, I think, honest Liverpool fans will say, yep, like the moment Salah or Gakpo gets the ball in this moment in time, it feels like you kind of know what's going to happen. And that's not right. Like wingers are supposed to be the players that get you up on your feet, and you're like, ooh, something's going to happen, and they're supposed to terrify the opposition fullbacks. And that it doesn't feel like that's our reality in this current moment in time. So hopefully that changes. But definitely in the short term, I think, why not start Rio in a game? Everybody's talking about his age, this and that. But there's other 17-year-old, maybe the Premier League is different because of the physicality and the speed and everything, but Look at the trust Lamine Yamal got at 17. I'm not saying Rio is Lamine, but I'm just saying every time he is playing for Liverpool Football Club, and we know the pressure that comes with that, he's proving that he's fits at that level, that he's a difference maker at that level time and time again. So why not? Why not? You know what I mean? Like, and if it doesn't work out, then don't start him the game after that. You know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think. But definitely, I agree with what Sturridge said, which is he deserves more time. It's simple as that. That's my feelings after that game because we also need something to get excited about because our football is not the most exciting in this moment in time, But I'm not complaining tonight, that's for sure. We got to win. We're now level on points with Chelsea, and Chelsea are going to face Arsenal next. So it is looking better and better for us getting that Champions League spot. But we definitely need to improve our performance levels, especially if we want to win those cup competitions. But anyways, thank you as always for your support, and I'll see you in the next one. You'll never walk alone, guys. Ciao.